Disney Zootopia 2, Dream Team. I'm Officer Hops, Zootopia Police Department's first bunny police officer. But you can call me Judy. And this is Nick Wilde, the ZPD's newest recruit. When we first met, you could say we didn't get along.
You literally tried to arrest me, Carrots.
After you lied to me, but that's beside the point. We're not only friends now, we're police partners. Together, Nick and I can solve any case that's thrown our way. In fact, we recently solved an epic one. Someone stole a historical treasure, a journal containing the original plans for Zootopia's weather walls.
And when we tracked it down, we uncovered a huge secret about Zootopia's past. But even though we did crack that case, the case almost cracked us first.
Our partnership isn't perfect. Nobody's is. It's not easy to work as a team when you and your partner are total opposites. And our differences have led us into hairy situations that made our boss, Chief Bogo, very unhappy.
As much as I love making fun of Carrots over here, we've learned that a team has to work together harmoniously. Otherwise, you'll end up in a Partners in Crisis class, where you will be expected to talk about your feelings.
It wasn't all bad. Dr. Fuzby taught us the difference between a partners, which we used to be, and partners, which we are now. And today we'll teach you how to become part of a dream team. With a strong partner by your side, you can change the world for the better.
When we first met, Hops was a bushy-tailed new cop straight from the small town of Bunnyboro. And me? I'd been selling popsicles on the city streets since I was 12 years old.
Selling? You were a pawsicle hustler. You sure hustled me, and I was left with a sinking feeling that I wasn't cut out to be a cop. It didn't take me long to realize that Nick's sly fox ways might be useful for my first case. He didn't want to help me, but I found a way to rope him in thanks to my Carrot Pen's handy-dandy recording device. What can I say, Nick? You inspired me.
I gotta admit, I was impressed. And as we solved that first case together, I realized that our differences made us a pretty good team. So good, in fact, that I joined the ZPD so we could become true partners.
During our first week as police partners, we made some impulsive decisions, like borrowing a hog rod to pursue a bad guy in a car chase that nearly ended in disaster at the Zootennial Parade.
Not our finest moment. And a lot of good it did us too, because the Zebros swooped in at the last second to steal our glory. Chief Beef, that's what I call our boss, was not happy with us. Hops and Wilde were supposed to be the shining example of zoo-getherness. But in his eyes, I didn't care enough.
And I cared too much. The chief told us to shape up or else he'd separate us. Deep down, I knew we were the dream team. We just had to prove it. Nick wanted to just let things blow over, while I thought cracking another case together would prove to Chief Bogo that we were great partners. Even though we were technically grounded, I had a hunch something big was going to go down at the Zootennial Gala. So, I made Nick hop into the parking duty cart with me and go to the gala undercover.
Okay. It wasn't your worst idea, Carrots. Because while you were busy chatting with that lynx Pawbert, I spotted a piece of snakeskin. Odd, considering snakes hadn't been seen in Zootopia for 100 years.
Even I couldn't have imagined what would happen next. a venomous pit viper named Gary DeSnake stole the journal and kidnapped Paubert's father, Milton Linksley, the grandson of Zootopia's founder.
If you hadn't dragged me to the gala, we would never have had a chance to take on the case that made us the best partners at the ZPD.
When I finally caught up to Gary, he told me that snakes were the good guys, and he had stolen the journal to prove it. It seemed far-fetched, but I believed Gary was telling the truth. Because who wouldn't trust a smile like his?
Unfortunately, I showed up late and did not receive this crucial piece of information. So, I hit Gary over the head with a frying pan. But when Linksley tried to take the journal, Hops wouldn't let him have it. I didn't know what was going on, but I trusted her instincts. And I realized I needed to help her protect Gary and the journal from the Linksleys.
As we aided Gary's escape, Chief Bogo got hurt, and the Linksleys accused us of trying to kill him. Captain Hogbottom believed their story, but it couldn't have been further from the truth.
I mean, we did look guilty. Usually I can talk my way out of anything. But there was no time to explain this one. We knew that if we got arrested, we could say bye-bye to our investigation and our partnership.
So, we worked together to flee the scene of the crime. And then, we were wanted criminals. We really needed to solve this case, not only to prove that we were great partners, but to clear our names. First, we had to catch up with Gary to learn why he wanted the journal. Lucky for us, we found someone who knew where to find a bunch of reptiles. An eager beaver named Nibbles Maplestick.
Did you say lucky? I believe the right word is unlucky. I never met a bigger chatterbox in my life.
We had no choice. Nibbles was our best lead. She brought us to an off-the-beaten-path place called Marsh Market. And from there, things got a little weird.
Nibbles said she knew someone who could tell us more about the journal. Unfortunately for me, he was a basilisk lizard named Jesus who liked to lick his own eyeballs. As if that wasn't gross enough, he offered us a plate of juicy, squirming grubs.
We had to accept Jesus's offer, or he would think we were rude and not help us. We both choked one down to get the information we needed. Then, we were out of there. After we left Jesus, Gary appeared and snatched the journal straight from my paws. I ran after him, just as the ZPD arrived looking for us. I was too focused on Gary and didn't realize I'd left my partner behind.
Always in a rush, aren't you, Carrots? Good thing some new friends popped out of the water to help me catch up.
We managed to escape arrest again, but it was a good reminder that partners should always keep an eye on each other. What's most important is that partners have each other's backs, and Nick had mine. When Gary jumped into a water tube to escape, Nibbles warned us not to follow or we'd run out of air. But we had to catch up with Gary. I grabbed Nick's paw and we leapt into the tube.
Look, it was a terrible idea, but I couldn't let Hops go alone. We whooshed through the tube together, and just as we were about to run out of air, I pulled the release valve, which flushed us out at the last minute. After that harrowing escape, I was angry at Hops for risking our lives for this case. And for what? She only managed to grab Gary's fanny pack.
I'll remind you that we lost track of Gary because of you.
You can thank me later for saving your life, Carrots.
Anyway, if we wanted to reach the end of the tube, and hopefully find Gary again, we had to climb a mountain. So we started climbing and arguing.
The higher we climbed, the higher our frustrations rose. I was so busy yelling at Hops that I dropped the carrot pen, which had kind of become a symbol of our friendship. It hit the ground and smashed into pieces. Hops was devastated, and I felt terrible.
not want to talk to Nick after that. I didn't even want him near me. I climbed to the top as fast as I could. Before I knew it, we got separated.
Wouldn't you know it? That's when the ZPD showed up and arrested me. And where was Judy? She had teamed up with Paubert because, as luck would have it, he was working closely with Gary.
I was unsure who to trust at this point, and I missed my partner. I'll admit it, I regretted leaving Nick behind, but he didn't know that.
Once we were reunited, I gave Hops a big hug. I told her how important her friendship was to me, something that had taken me too long to admit.
And I told him I felt the same way. It turns out we need each other. I never could have solved this case alone.
But we did solve it. And even Chief Beef could finally see that we are the dream team.
I never doubted that one little bunny could make a big difference.
I certainly did. But you always prove me wrong, Carrots.
And now we both know that a good partnership like ours has the power to change Zootopia and ourselves for the better. By working together, we can save the world. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel.